right, welcome back with another weekly session, Sunday session. Hope you guys having a great day, great weekend so far, um, and ready for another week ahead of us. It's our last month of the year, last quarter, so things are kind of getting back to places that I used to kind of trade and I wanted, expected. I mean, normally during this time and Christmas time and January or towards February, we will see a lot of activities, and these activities are good. I mean, that's what we wanted. We need to see activities. We need to see a lot of small caps running again. That kind of excites me, and hope that will excite you guys too. As a day trader, you always want to be prepared and take advantage of all these moves. But when there's no liquidity, when there's no edge, when there's nothing, there's no volatility, it gets tough. Your strategy needs to change. You have to adapt yourself again and again, and just go with the flow, whatever it's gonna be. For the past few months, we had this slowness. I mean, it's it's normal because we're in this recession. There's a lot of fear in the market, not just in small cap. In general, we don't see that much activities a lot. I mean, we haven't seen a lot. So this could continue. This could be much worse for the upcoming year. But expected, before the end of the year, a lot of institutional, a lot of insiders, they want to pump their position and dump it all before the end of the year for the tax purposes, and you got to keep that in mind as well. I mean, it doesn't mean that if we have a very crazy week like last week, that means that it's going to continue forever. I hope it will continue. I hope we will see more of these, but you gotta look at all these aspects. Look at from look from different angles. We have algos running and pumping these stocks. We have insiders. We have traders. They want to I mean the big traders that are market makers. There could be so many things. I'm talking about specifically small caps. As always, we are dedicated our time and focus on small caps, and that's where we're working on. And I hope that this will be the area that will interest you as well. And I know all of our members are always wanted to see the opportunities in these areas. I mean, we always see opportunities every single day, no matter how markets reacts and what's the market condition. We might not get many opportunities in one day, but we still get something, and that's the beauty of trading, small caps trading, the companies that are on a lower value, and there's not enough fundamentals behind them. So that's how I personally focused on, where I'm focusing on, and all that. We, let's just talk about our last week. We had a very crazy last week, and I just want to dive into it and discuss further on what happened with our crazy stock AMAM. But before I started, as always, make sure to subscribe to my channel so you can get notified if any new videos posted, and also subscribe to our newsletter, so you get all these information to your email. And if you're a non-member, join us. We always have many options to offer you, so you can also get that in our group chat. Yeah. So before that, also I want to uh, pay attention to our disclaimer. Whatever we're talking about in these videos, it's only for educational purposes, and it's not an investment advice. So yeah, let's get into it. Last week, before the end of the week, we had this crazy runner, AMAM, and we had few other runners in the same day and for the past. I'm gonna go through it through our watch list, but our my top watch list is AMAM. Crazy to see again another, 1,000% runner. I'm sure most of you, if you guys have been trading for at least 3-4 years, or for the past 2 years, especially during the COVID time, 2020 and 19. That time we had seen many stocks were running on basically just volatility, and we've seen a lot of 800% runners, 700. I personally seen those crazy runners during that time, and it was beautiful. I mean, when you see those type of activities, you always want to be prepared, you always want to execute at the right time, and based on those volatility, people never had a liquidity issue. You could put an order of 10,000 shares, and then next second or next few second, or minute, you can just execute and close your position instantly. I mean, there wasn't any liquidity issue because the market was hyped, and there was a lot of traders. But obviously, trends can change, cycle will change, and you always have to make sure to adapt yourself. And that happens. We haven't seen um, a lot of those 800% runner until last week. Last Friday on AMAM, crazy runner from the pre-market, from the 40 cents, and we called this at 70 cents, and in our channel, in the pre-market. And I personally capitalized right after I see that activity during the pre-market, and then um, personally took a few trade before market open and took my profit. Great profit for me, and a lot of members are they traded along the market open, and they got into this halt festival that happened at the open, an intraday. So congrats to those that I spoke with. I mean, it was a madness play. I would not expect this to go that much farther as a micro penny. I mean, as you guys probably know, I'm not a huge fan of micro penny stocks, but when things are happening, when the setups is there, when there's a shortest squeeze are happening. I'm gonna explain to you when the shortest squeeze happen exactly, and then get into it. But like when all these things happening, you really want to make sure um, to take your profit and you're safe. But it was really out of expectation to see a micro penny run up 1,000% to the $4 at this point. And what a blessing! I mean, after after such a long time, you only need one good trade to become a really successful in your trade. Only if you keep it consistent. Only if you're not gambling, if you have your plan. But that one trade can always be a life changing, and also it can be on the other side. I mean, it can be opposite. It's always a vice versa when you don't know what exactly you're doing. I mean, one trade can um, make your account um, give you a huge gain, and on the other side you can make one trade that lose it all. So you don't want to be always that person. I always mention in our channel to take your profit, be smart at this point, The range is too high. It's very extended. It's not really an area to let yourself fall for the FOMO and all those psychology things that could happen for any of us. I mean, I wouldn't say it couldn't happen to just the beginner people. It really can really happen to the experienced trader, but the experienced trader are more disciplined. They know where to go in, where to exit their position. I mean, that's the beauty of the experience in the market. So think about that part of the word of the market, and try to always lock in profit, as I keep saying. I mean, this was already uh, much higher. I know there was a lot of platform issues to execute their. It I heard that few brokers couldn't wasn't able to put a sell orders on many traders and many accounts. They were having problems, but in my end, I never had any issue with that. And the Halt Festival started, I personally didn't want to anticipate to that, because what I mean by Halt Festival is basically the stock keeps getting halted. Stop, 5 minutes halt, 10 minutes halt, and then opens to few seconds and then halts again. So that is something. It really pisses a lot of traders out. A lot of people scares if they cannot ever exit their position, and it can really end up in a bad way. But as we've seen, this halt continues, and it just went up to I think the max was 438 or 476 during the after hour. I mean, you guys can see that the candles are not really active at their intraday because of the halt situation. And right after the stock was kind of like failing, and you could see that ascending shape, and this is the area that a lot of shorts are interested to go big, essentially. I mean, it's extended. You can see that ascending um, in any ways, but you know that all these lines are not always the case. These are probabilities, so you have to understand what's going to happen next, and that exactly when it was a time that after the failing age. I mean, this was definitely showing signs of falling to the sending, and then right after as you guys can see, this is my POC. This was a huge volume increase in this candle. Only I think it's 3 million. Right after that, there was definitely a shortest squeeze right after here, because when the shorts happen, if the shorts are in a bigger position, they want to keep ad, or if they have a bigger account, or if they are in a lower lower accounts, automatic their broker automatically put a margin call on them, and then they have to liquidate their position. So that caused a covering, and that caused another squeeze to the price action. So that I think in general, I mean, we've seen a lot of these short to squeeze happen for the past few years. I mean, I'm not talking about specifically the case of GameStop, but in general, when the short squeeze happen, the covers when the covers happen, that caused the price to go higher. And that was the case. Pretty much, we've seen it on at this candle, and then this was a huge squeeze. I think AMAM also was on a lower float, 5 million floats only. So you could imagine that how price activities and volatility could really cause this action to go higher, and that just keeps continue. Shorts got trapped. I know a lot of people um, got stuck into this and their accounts got liquidated. So you want to be smart when there's signs of percentage, when the stock is already on the 200%, and then obviously it's a great area to short it if the market condition is in your favor. But I mean, considering that those halts are coming, uh, and when you see your level two or times and sell, you could see a lot of buying orders also coming through. So if you're a short person, you really want to get out of your position and make sure you're safe, and then try when all these madness over, um, especially when the time that you don't see any halts and there's a better sign to start your kind of like a short to scalp at this point. But still, I mean, when there's a lot of attention to one stock, when this stock is on top gainer, number one gainer, and brings a lot of attention to itself, traders coming from all over and pour into this, you just want to avoid that, shorting strategy. But enough with the shorting strategy. We had I mean, our call was a long trade, and that was amazing. In general, what we had. So I am personally, love this trade. Capitalize um, amount that I was very happy with it. But obviously, this halt festival makes me. It's not on my strategy. I don't like when the stocks keeps halting, up or down, doesn't matter. Obviously, halting up, it's really, when you're trading long, you kind of get tired of it, and you don't want to really put your focus on this one, and you want to pay attention to other areas. So that's my strategy. I don't like the halt festival. Basically, I think that's the term that I use. But yeah, overall, great trade for the entire week. I think AMM considered as the bestest stock for the Fast Money Friday, and entire week we were waiting kind of to have such a thing like this, but out of expectation, this thing just came out of the blue and just run up to 1,000%, which is an insane amount of move. But overall, what's going on with this stock is, we know that this stock is very manipulated, and uh, there was like, very much like 50% of the institutional ownership on this, and they came out with the PR. Actually, they had the PR, which I already posted in our watch list newsletter, so you guys can see that as well. The shares surge after encouraging early safety, efficacy data from breast cancer candidates. So, I mean, it's not really significant news to have this type of move on the stock, but you never know. Obviously, small caps and a lot of insiders wants different things, and a lot of institution wants different things, and they want to pump a stock to the target that they want it. So you have to be prepared, and make sure to take advantage like they take advantage. So you're not gonna be far left behind. Yeah, and AMAM was the best candidate so far for the week, and I have it on the watch list. I will watch this for the Monday. Obviously, there's still a lot of back holders, a lot of FOMO still going on with this, at least for next couple days. A lot of shorts also want to take advantage of all these getting fade out, and they want to kind of like take advantage of that. But who knows when that would happen? In my opinion, we will still have a range to $5 at this point. So we will see how this plays out on Monday. especially on Monday. If we don't see it on Monday, we might not see it on Tuesday, as well. So, um, not I'm not gonna expect too much out of it. So SMMT is my next on watch list. SMMT, one of those, proven to be just an insider purchase based on their news. Um, they're very, sneaky on the run. I think sometimes you have other stocks that are running like we had on Friday, and then on the side we've seen that SMMT just keep going, getting volume, and then going higher. So I think it's one of those stocks that needs attention. They try to bring attention to themselves. I think their only news that I was able to see was um, I think that there was an insider, the CEO, had a purchase, and I think he has over 81% ownership of the entire stocks. And I mean that's a lot as an insider. So nothing else I could see. I mean, they had a licensing agreement for cancer program, and then uh, the recent that was on December 6th, and then the recent news was CEO is the most upbeat insider, and their holding increased by 431% just last week. So I mean that shows you that um, they want cash. They necessarily need cash because they also have a offering for 200 million. So keep that in mind. This stock can exercise their offering at any time. When you see a lot of activity from insights happening, they probably want this to get up higher to their specific target, and then exercise their offering to cash out as much as they can. So you got to keep that in mind. But overall, and on the technical analysis part, we can see that still in this great trend of this bullish trend hasn't cracked yet. So I would expect this to kind of continues to the $5, and then we will see the fade out on it. So I'm not saying that would really happen for Monday or Tuesday, but if this consolidation continues and stock holds this 350 range above, we might see another activities on this. So I have this on our second watch list. So I want to see if there would be another opportunity for day trading it. Just take advantage of that, and that's it. Just nail and bail, but be cautious when they have offering, and they've been running this from a Tuesday and successfully made it to 450 so far. I mean that's a natural resistance. So if they wanted to run this up again, their best bet would be on Monday possibly. Otherwise, this can really crack down and just move back down to below the 350. If that's gonna happen, I don't think it would interest a lot of new buyers or new traders on this. If we have another few other runners on that day, especially when we see a lot of runners coming through from Friday, this could really cause SMMT to be over at some point. So, but I still have it on the watch list, on the main watch list. So, I think there's a chance that we will see another activity on this one. And the next and last on our main watch list is PHVS. PHVS was another massive runner, which we capitalized very nicely. I personally took many trades on this one. It wasn't really something that I could not miss out, but the biggest run happened. I was on the other on the other time frame as we were going to the afternoon, but Thursday was the massive runner for this one. we had I think on December 9th and 8th. uh, Also we had some deep buyers activity on Friday. That was also very nice. I personally took that trade as well. The dip buy on PHVS, and then rounded up to 1040. That was very nice too. But overall, not a lot of fresh buyers on this anymore. Um, it it can really run up another leg towards that new high, uh, possibly on next few days. But if that's not gonna happen, we might see a bigger flush on this one. So it could be a really good short candidate for the multi days. So that's what I'm kind of like looking for on the both sides, long and short. But we will see how is that gonna plays out. They came out with the news. Positive data from HAE attacks study makes way for FDA to remove clinical hold. They're European, also a European pharmaceutical. So there's nothing much about them. We just have to see if they're gonna break through that 12, and then I see a gap. I have a gap to 16 range. So they're on the, I think PHVS is on mid range float. So but it does liquidity. They have a less liquidity on their stock, and this causes the stock to move faster. So keep that in mind. Be cautious. Spread could get bigger once we go into to the new week. This spread can get kind of be spready. Be cautious on that, so you don't want to just market order your place if you see any trade opportunities. Yeah, I mean that's for our day trades, main watch list for day trades. I still have our back pocket DBGI. Would look forward to this, and RMED. Also, EXPR will be on the back pocket watch list for the upcoming week. I do expect this to kind of like create that dip buy opportunity, and kind of back holders want this to kind of like bounce back to the range. Well, we will see how this plays out. XPR, I mean, they had an earning. I don't think it will necessarily happen, but why not? If there's a great volume going on in the overall market, every insider, every institutional, every trader wants everything to run. So if you can see that opportunity when to enter, that's great. And then I have BXRX on our back pocket. Sadly, I couldn't trade this because I was looking for that 630 to kind of like break through and make a new high, but it ends up to really flush down and pull back. And HTGM also could be in our main watch list as well, but I put it on the back pocket because I think there's a hype behind the micro pennies from last Friday due to AMAM run up, and that caused these some of these micro pennies to run up again. I think that's the reason people are missing out the opportunities, and they want to jump on the different similar kind of price range and run it up, and that's always end up in a very bad situation for a lot of traders, because they want to take advantage of the other stock when they miss out that huge run up, and then end up to not seeing a lot of volume or activity on other micro pennies or other similar stocks. But in case of HTGN, we had this run up in the afternoon. Not happen Didn't happen in the intraday, but in the afternoon after hour, we had this kind of like touch that $1, just shy 2-3 cents to $1. I think that $1 could be potentially another possibility to just potentially go to that 105. I have this, you know, all these resistance up there. So keep that in mind. All these resistance can really be drastic if they decided to just, not hold or not break through. And that's it. And lastly, let's get on to our swing trade. Man United. We have Manchester United still, in that favorite range that I like it. They had the earning. Obviously, they're not in a good shape for their company, and they're not really profitable. So their earnings are came out negative as expected. But at this point, it's really essential to see that 2019 and breakthrough that 21 kind of holds. That's what I'm looking for. I took my partial profit last week, as I mentioned, when it's reached out to 2320, 2350. I think that was that range. Um, and then I kind of like this pullback to rotate my shares if possible, but I'm not gonna add just randomly. I will have my targets, probably going to add if it's necessarily, and then hope for a another reversal play on this one. But this trend could continues until they find a new buyers, as I mentioned, buyer for the new for their club. So that's why I have it on our swing. So hope you guys are smart about it and have plan for all of these ideas. Anyway, let's wrap it up here. Hope you guys enjoyed and learned something. Comment below if you have any question, or email the support, or DM me on our channels, Telegram, and soon we will have our Discord's launch. And you can also reach out to me by just also tweet on Twitter. You can do that as well. And yeah, let's just have a another great week ahead of us. Like last Friday, I hope we will see a lot of setups, because Friday we had these A plus setups that I wasn't expecting. I mean, we turned from getting C or C plus setups to jump to A plus setups, which was a huge you know transition to and market adaptability. So yeah, be prepared, get ready. Hopefully markets get hotter and hotter every day, and we will see more activities. um, I'll talk to you guys on Monday, and have a great rest of your day.